And it's time for another look at what's been happening, or what is happening as we speak in this wonderful world of ours. The topics today: will we live forever, or for a lot more years than we do at the moment? Under the oceans and greed are the topics. Akin, of course, is with me. Welcome again.
Well found.
And the first question is, could humans one day live to be 500 years of age? That's what a group of eccentric billionaires believe, and they're spending fortunes on the research they hope will make this possible.
Once they spend all that money, will they want to live all that lifetime without money? That's another question.
I'm sure they'll have a little bit put by for when they reach about 228, 229. I think, hang on a minute, we need to see if we can live to 1,000 now. We need to put some more money into research, maybe. Why would you want to live to be 500? Look at your body now. I mean, look at your body as you get old. My grandmother was like a prune when she died. Surely, if you can do things to yourself to give you longevity, surely your skin...
Come on, you're just talking about the outside of it.
Yeah, but...
Think about the inside
What
of
are you going to look like when you're 500?
It doesn't matter. You just change your body. Do you want to live 500 years?
I don't think I would want to live to be 500, to be honest with you.
Which is the longest empire on this planet? How long did it reign? How long? 1,000? No. 800? Maybe. Would you want to live that long?
No, I don't want to live that long. Would you want to live that long?
No, of course not.
No.
Why not? Because it just loses its meaning. The significance of life is that it ends.
Yeah.
You have to put meaning into it in no time, without delay. You have to be there. You haven't watched Jupiter Ascending.
No, I haven't. No.
What a surprise.
You asked me about, quite well, I don't watch films very often.
You should. They give you a very good insight about how the minds of people work and how the collective mind evolves into something else. There's a scene in there, in the Jupiter Ascending, the movie by Wachowski brothers. It's about bureaucracy in outer space, in alien species. It's the same. It's the same. If you live to 1,000, 2,000 years old, then you'll have to go through even more bureaucracy, because we have a lifetime that is around 7,200, right?
Yeah.
And that's all about. That's enough.
We look at the human race as it is today. We want to live longer. It's nothing new. This has been the case since the year dot, hasn't it? I mean, I've got in front of me some stuff here which is quite interesting. The ancients believed in a magical elixir, a potion that would grant man what he most desired. That is eternal life. Chinese emperors. Now listen to this. This is disgusting. Chinese emperors chased the dream by consuming long-lasting precious substances. This one's quite palatable. Jade and gold, but often it had fatal effects. Elizabeth Bathory, who was a 16th century Transylvanian countess dubbed Lady Dracula, made an even more drastic attempt to conquer her death by bathing in the blood of young girls. One infamous scientist would inject...
You're laughing, but these are not...
No, these
are real.
This guy did to himself. He injected himself with a concoction that contained dog semen, testicles, and blood.
These all make sense to me, because I know what they're trying to do.
Yeah, but...
They're trying to run a car on urine, or they're trying to run their body on fuel, which is incompatible. Those things you just counted are the real deal if you want to live 1,000 years old. To be 1,000 years old. Those things are real.
Yeah.
But not for us.
Jamaicans followed their country's secret recipe for longevity by drinking tortoise scrotum soup.
But you're still judging by a fish's ability to climb a tree. These guys are doing what they saw to be working. You don't see that.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is they...
still don't get the picture, right?
No,
you're not listening to me.
No, I am.
Hold on a second. We human beings do not think of something out of our asses. We have to have that notion first. Just like love, just like infinity. We have to have that notion first, then we can conceive the idea. How can you think that you can live longer? Once you know that life is like that, you cannot fly. You can try to fly, but you cannot try to grow wings, right? It's not been done.
Yeah, yet.
At all. Yet, I know, but at all. This is not a new notion that you said. You said that trying to elongate your life is a very ancient.
That's what kind of amused me. The lengths people were going to, the quest.
Because it has been seen, it has been done. Because it was there. These are just fools trying to imitate what they couldn't totally understand.
Yeah.
And that's why consuming gold or jade is a very common practice, because it's not for our body in its own essence. It's monatomic gold. It's something else, but it's gold. That's why gold is that valuable in every culture. It has been like this for decades,
the
centuries.
Of life, yeah.
Why is it that? Because it has been that, and we just took it on a different turn and twist and try to give it a value of monetary value. But it's not the money. It's the conductivity of gold. And there was no electricity. It elongated life.
Yep. Right. Now, there must, though, be something in this, because there's a British theorist, Aubrey de Grey. He believes that such longevity will be achieved by genetically engineering the cells of our body to avoid the aging process. Now, I mean, if these guys are putting money into this, there's a guy called Peter Thiel. He's the co-founder of the internet payment service PayPal. He's given this de Grey guy $3.5 million towards his work in this field. So there must be something. They must see something here. Or are they just fools who want to part with their money?
I will just have to repeat what I just said.
Well,
because it's been done before, but not by us.
So they're wasting their money. They're wasting their money, basically.
They're not wasting their money. Did you listen to what I said?
Yeah. So why are they,
not really?
Why are these guys shoving all this money into the research?
Because it can be done. It has been done. It is doable. That's why people are after it. Why have generations spent their life trying to find alchemy, trying to transform base metal into gold? It's the same pattern. It's been repeating all over again.
This will just go on and on.
No, you don't hear it. It is doable. It can be done. It is done, and it comes from the blood. Because if you have seen any vampire movies at all, vampires can suck the blood out of their victim and have their memories. If you have seen the original Dracula, because it was your time by then, in 1940s.
Thanks.
Did I get your attention?
You have, right? You got me fully, 100%. If we live forever, there's going to be a problem. There's going to be no room on the planet, for one thing.
Once you start living forever, or once you start living beyond a certain age, then you start losing some with you. It has been the same all over. In many cultures, if they have excelled at one place, they leave out the other stuff. For example, if you have really good naval power, you start not caring about the army.
Oh, but yeah, sure, okay, yeah.
If you're living that long, you don't want to reproduce, or you want to stop that after it becomes a problem, or once you have the foresight that it is going to be a problem. People who live like there's no tomorrow breed a lot more. That's why evolution has us on a corner.
So is this kind of living forever thing going to make humans indestructible? I mean, surely living forever means exactly that. This makes the idea of recording our memories and putting them onto a computer or into an AI environment plausible, because that's maybe the only way we can live forever.
If you transfer your consciousness into a computer, and that computer happens to have the collective memory of the whole mankind, it's called Google.
Okay, so we'll all be Googled.
We'll all be Googled.
We'll all be well, funnily enough, it's Google who apparently are putting a lot of money into this research at the moment. So maybe you've got a good point there.
Oh my, I am. Let me act surprised.
No. It's good that people can't see you, because I could see you weren't surprised at all when I said that, looking across at you from this room. But anyway,
I'm not that good an actor.
Anyway,
I'm a voice actor. I can act like I'm surprised. It's like I've always said that Google is the Skynet in Terminator movies. The Terminator movies, remember? Have you seen them?
Yes, I've seen one or two Terminator movies.
Arnold Schwarzenegger's make, the original Terminator, was a make of Skynet. And it was exactly what we call the cloud technology today.
Yeah.
It was up in the air. You didn't see it. You didn't know where it was. It was not physical, but it was there. It was an AI. And the Terminator machines took over on acting on behalf of this Skynet. What is Skynet today? It's Google. It looks benevolent. It seems benevolent.
Yeah.
But why would you invest huge amounts of money on longevity of life? First.
Yeah. Solar
power. Okay, solar power is good. Once you have...
That sounds more doable. That sounds doable.
Once you have barren place that you will not cut down trees to plant those panels. And those panels get old in like 5 or 10 years. Whatever. At the end of their lifetimes, it's a life cycle for these panels. They reduce to 80% efficiency. They have to be renewed. This is not something that you collect and it's ready for you. It's not wind. It's solar power. You have to collect them in humongous batteries. And they don't have it. So, what is Google? It's Skynet. And once you get on to the next page that you have prepared and so eagerly want to read, and I'm stopping that right now, you will just come to realize that it's a vicious circle for us, talking about all this stuff without even realizing that I already gave you the answer.
Yeah, maybe I'm not seeing the big picture here, am I?
Yes, exactly that.
Okay, I did mention before that, if we all live forever, or we live till 500 years of age, then there's going to be no room on the planet. But I was looking at howstuffworks.com, and they have some interesting theories of how maybe we could move from, instead of moving to planets, let's stay on the planet and not go into it, but let's go to oceans. Let's live on oceans.
Yeah, if someone is chasing you, yes. Other than that, maybe. If you want to surf, yeah.
I'll go into that in more detail in a second. Theoretical physicist and futurist Michio Kaku, we've heard his name before, predicts that in just 100 years, humans will be masters of clean energy technologies such as fusion and solar power. He also predicts humans will be able to manipulate planetary energy in order to control global climate.
Well, plausible, yes, but who is all these people first?
Who are all these people?
Yeah, the people that he's talking about, who is these people?
Us.
Not us.
No?
He's not talking about us. Do you have any belief that you are going to be able to control planetary systems?
Oh no, sorry, we're talking about the big cloud.
Yeah,
the big cloud's up there.
That when someone talks about humanity, they're not talking about you.
Yeah,
you are disposable. Please believe that.
I do believe that.
Yeah,
I do believe that.
When someone talks, humanity will be able to do that, but you'll have to pay for it. Come on. If I'm not eligible for that technology, it doesn't exist for me. Let me tell you this. Japanese people don't exist for me. I don't see any Japanese around. Do you see them?
None at all.
It doesn't exist for me. Do I speak Japanese? No. So I don't understand them. So it's just gibberish. They may be making that up. Once you have enough confidence, then you can be open to understanding. And once you have infinite amount of years that you can live, you still may not be able to collect wisdom, because wisdom is not collected. Knowledge is collected. Wisdom is being able to use it. Wisdom is distilled.
Well, exactly. I mean, if they can make your system last longer,
they will not change anything. They will just stop time, which is what we are at 20s and 30s. Infinitely renewable energy machines.
Yes.
Every cell is renewed in 7 years. Every single cell in your body is renewed in a total of 7 years. You are a completely new being.
Why does that have to stop?
It doesn't have to stop. You stop it because you have bad habits of eating, bad habits of drinking, bad habits of stressing yourself out for no reason. And there are some yogis that I have seen that they are beyond their 70s, 80s. They don't look much older than 40. And they have that muscular capability. They still have it because they've been practicing. They've been taking care of this
vessel.
Looking
after yourself, yeah.
They've been taking care of this vessel a lot better than we did. We've been doing.
Okay. Right then, let's now talk about this. I mentioned before about moving to the oceans. io9.com. Great article on how you can live independently from corruption and all the other stuff that goes on in the world. Living in the middle of the ocean. They pose a question. How can you go about doing this? One solution, they say, there are plenty of ways to get hold of marine real estate. But then we mentioned this before, we were slightly talking about this, just briefly.
They just left the price tag part of it.
Yeah, you need money. You need the money. That's the problem. Repurposed oil rigs, huge advanced ocean liners, size of cities.
Let me put this in a different perspective for you.
This is not in our world, is it? It's not in our world.
It is in our world. You have to pay for your bail. There's a certain amount of money that you can pay to own an island. But you will still have to pay for your other resources, energy. You can produce it by yourself, for yourself.
Yeah.
That can be done. You can produce your own food, okay. And you can have 2 couples with you so that you can breed on the island. What are you going to do with the extra people? You're going to kill them off? You still have to be connected to the outside world.
Of course you do.
No technology. Mm-hmm. Because once there's technology involved, you will still have to be taking it from someone else, somewhere else. You will still have to be paying for it. Where does that money come from? It doesn't come from anywhere. How are you going to pay for that? The shit that you dried in the sun? Mm-hmm. No. And then, get the island, get the oil rig. What was the exact term for it?
Let's see, it was the repurposed oil rig.
Repurposed oil rig.
Yeah.
Okay, you have to pay for that repurposification of that oil rig, and that is your bailout of this system. There's a certain amount of money that you have to produce, or a certain amount of energy that you have to produce to be in the system for that long, and you just buy it out.
Everything suggested here is you need money for, obviously.
Of course.
So. Okay, can I just go back to where we were talking about living to 500? Because this is interesting. This is go on, let me.
No.
Ray Kurzweil.
Nah.
Ray Kurzweil, Google's futurist, is convinced that immortality...
Google's futurist?
Yeah,
wow,
futurist.
What a title.
These are titles, obviously, they make up to suit the applications here. Immortality is within our grasp. He predicts that by 2045, computers will have surpassed us in intelligence, and humans will be able to transcend biology by merging with technology, uploading their consciousness into a computer.
Come on, this is a movie plot.
Well, yeah, sure. Well, it's all more than likely already been done.
The movie, yes.
So determined is he, in fact, that he's attempting to reprogram his body's biochemistry by swallowing 150 dietary supplements every day, from vitamin D to a coenzyme called Q10, which plays a role in turning sugar into energy for the cells. This guy's obsessed.
Not really. Nothing you say that he does, that is claimed, is...
He claims he does. Yeah.
Okay, it's not illogical. It's how the chemistry works. Mm-hmm. But it's, again, looking at the wrong side of things. It's the result of a thing. Brain activity is the result of reception, not inception. Ideas do not come out of your mind. They come out of your ass. The thing you just read there is the movie Transcendence. It's a new movie, 2013, no, 14. I
will have to start watching movies.
Come on, yes, please.
Right.
Because once you see that, you will realize that this is not so far-fetched. It's an idea that is just being incepted right now.
Yeah. These are huge corporations putting millions and millions of dollars into this. They must
Come on, what is money? At the bottom level of it, what is money? It's just printed paper. That doesn't stand for anything. We're spending millions of nothing. Okay, go on, do it. I don't care. Because that is the money that you printed. It has value for anyone that values it. I'm not the one. We spend millions of money to find immortality. Go on, be immortal. Please be my guest. You'll be bored out of your ass. And even be more animalistic than you are now.
Yeah,
because you will just drain everything that is drainable. Because you're after something physical.
That's a good point. I mean, if you were to live to not even 500, but much longer than you're able to at the moment, resources just won't be there anymore on this planet. We will drain everything.
Intellectual resources, damn right, they won't be there. But the rest, provided that there's a perfect equilibrium of life on this planet, you can live 1,000 years. What would you do? If you cannot die, someone will just try to kill someone else just for fun.
The last point I want to make to you today is I want to talk about greed. What we've just been talking about here seems to be a lot of greed attached to that, with the corporations trying to put this printed stuff.
How many pages are there?
There's a lot of pages here, but I haven't used
They're all about greed.
All about greed.
Living on an island, living forever.
Jay-Z is one person I want to talk about.
Oh my.
Jay-Z once bragged that he could sell fire in hell. Jay-Z, together with a lot of the music industry, including Jack White, Madonna, Kanye West, Rihanna, Beyonce, and the rest of them, they got together last week to announce the relaunch of a music streaming service, Tidal. It's an ambitious endeavor of all of the artists on stage were referred to as co-owners of the venture. And basically, he has gone round to everybody and said, look, if you come with me on this one, then I will double your royalties. I mean, this guy is a multi-millionaire. He's a billionaire. The people who've made him, who've given that God status and that money power, he now wants to rip them off £20 a month to listen to something that maybe you won't even like. Why are we like this? Why are people like this?
It's the human nature, some will claim, but it's not the human nature. It's the misinterpretation of human nature and nature itself, because once you say it's nature, it's innate.
Well, yep, nature doesn't have anything to do with money.
That's where I'm getting at. Human nature, if it were human nature, then it wouldn't have been about anything that is materialistic, because nature is not anything about materialistic. It's about misinterpretation of greed, ego, desire, wanting, needing, whatever it is. What you just read over there is just a business venture. And Jay-Z is a very clever producer.
Absolutely. Yeah.
The names over there they have the same kind of tendencies. And that same kind of tendency just rings a bell for me, since being a conspiracy theorist myself.
Yeah.
It's just another way of calling umbrella something else. It's just an umbrella. It's the same thing, with a different twist on it. It's water with a different brand. And what he's trying to do is just trying to get the cream of the crop. He is doing it because he can.
It makes one think, if you like, people with obscene amounts of money, you find they are behind. I'm not saying for 1 minute that Jay-Z is a terrorist or anything like that, but no, because people who desire this kind of money, which is one of the 7 sins, may have other motives. You can call me a conspiracy theorist, but the way wars and coups are financed, people who have too much money to know what to do with it.
You still think that money is something. It's an entity.
Yeah, but
it's actually a feeling.
Yeah, I agree with you, but it motivates people in the wrong ways.
There is no right or wrong. There's just a direction. And there is no direction in the space. There is direction where there's much more gravity than you can break free from. Just like on this planet, there's direction because there's a gravitational force to the center, and that's down for us. Mm-hmm. The other side of it is up. And when you look up and have another point, you can decide which is left and right. So there is no right or wrong. You call that wrong, but he's just doing what's right for him.
Sure.
Being non-judgmental is the hardest part of it. But seeing what it is and seeing what it is for, you just try to stay out of it. He can buy an island for himself and live on the island.
He can buy all the oil rigs he wants, can't he?
But would he do that?
Surely not.
Would you want to live on an island and stay out of this big all this junk?
Yeah, I would.
I wouldn't. How would you learn? How would you learn about right, wrong, left, right? Right is right, left is wrong. How would you do that?
Well, I would.
You still need comparison. You still need every bit of information, every bit of existence that you do have now. You will need it. And once you realize that it is for something, for you, you start moving in a direction of your choosing. Because every single moment is a choice. Choice is yours. He does that. Reaction you give is your choice. He invokes a reaction in you. You choose that reaction. Multi-millionaire, multi-billionaire. All that amount of money does not mean anything for me. If I had that money, I would still be doing this because I'm not doing anything for money. I needed to pay the bills because I'm in a system and I'm connected to it.
Yeah, I have the same attitude. You know, as long as I can pay bills and I can afford to do this and that, I don't really want to be a millionaire. I don't want to be...
That's how you don't become a millionaire. If you would say, I have to pay the bills to be able to be alive to get my million, then you would. Because then it would be your reality. And you would be living in that reality. You can make your own reality. You can start aiming for the million and you can make the million by the end of the year. Someone else will call you a lazy bastard for just saying this. And will that be true? For him, yes. For you, no.
Yeah.
How can you say who's right and wrong? And Jay-Z making much more money than he already has. Is it right? Yes, because it's the human nature, quote unquote, for them. Is it wrong? For anyone that is with the slightest opinion that they're being jacked, it's wrong. I don't think they're jacked. That they're jacking people because you produce a piece of music, you want to put it out there. Putting it out there means something. And that means something part is being a part of a system. Why do you want to do that? If you don't want to make money, then why are you so angry that your rights are being stolen? If you wanted to make money, why are you in this? Why are you just talking about it? Someone is making money. Just get the money out of him. Be more worth it. And be one of those names that you just uttered. Be the founding father of a system. Come on, you can do that. It is doable because someone else has done it.
Right, well, on that note,
if you're not a part of the solution, you are a part of the problem.
Okay, so on that note, problem or not, let's hope that most of these people who have got all the millions will find that rocket that's going to take them to Mars and let them stay there.
Once they go, the new generation will want to replace them and try to eat gold and jade and drink horse semen to get the money. You see?
Vicious circle.
It's a vicious circle once you don't get the lesson. Because there is a lesson to be learned. And once you don't learn it, it'll come back around. Karma is a bitch.
If you look at what we've been talking about, everything's come around in circles again and again and again.
Karma is a bitch. Yeah. That's one thing. But karma is a bitch only if you are a bitch. Karma is a good thing. Because I try to put good out there. Not for it to come back to me as good, but because I like putting out good. It feels good.
So let's hope we put some good out for you. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
And we'll be doing it again very, very soon.